folks, I thought I'd do a bit of a video log or a vlog, as Hugh keeps informing me that they're very useful and people might be slightly interested in some of the things that I do with fleeces. So since we've been on lockdown, I've had a little bit more time. We've been busy with lambs and carving and all different things on the croft, but I have found a little bit of time to spin some of the fleeces that I'd sheared last year. Some of the fleeces, they don't start off this clean and fluffy. This is some that's been washed. After I shear them, I wash them and then card them, and we end up with fluffy clouds of loveliness ready to do things with. So I've found spinning's been really helpful as well, while it's been a bit of a stressful, weird time with all the coronavirus stuff going on. So it's been really, really good for me actually to do some spinning. What I tend to do is, like I say, wash the fleeces and then spin them and use my niddy noddy, which is this strange contraption, to make skeins of wool, of yarn like this. And then I've been really lucky at Christmas to have been bought a ball winder, because I used to spend ages sitting winding balls of wool. And so once we've got it in a skein off the niddy noddy, we are then going to make the balls of wool. This is a lovely, can you see the colours? A lovely Jacob's fleece. It's from Kurgan, who's one of our weather homebred pedigree Jacobs. And it's a lovely soft wool. I have to admit that I can't knit. I can spin, I can grow the sheep, I can look after the sheep and shear the sheep. I can mix the colours and blend the colours, which is something I love doing, but I can't knit. So I actually make these balls of wool and then send them off to a friend. But I'm just thinking to show you some roving that I've made with the prepared fleece, so washed and carded, and then I blend colours into it, so the light's a bit squiffy, isn't it? We've got some bamboo fibre in there, some green, like lime green, corridale, there's all sorts, so you can mix lots of things into it. With the Jacob's fleece I don't tend to, because the black and white's really nice, but with the white fleeces I tend to put a little bit of colour in there. The one that I'm going to be putting into a ball today is this one. And if you can see, it's got some beigey, browny, orangey colours running through it. This is one that started off fluffy white fleece, and when we've had some bad weather through winter and branches and things come down, I spend quite a lot of time collecting lichens. And I use the lichens to dye these browny colours. A bit of an experiment, not really an expert in lichen dyeing, but I very much enjoyed it, and I think the colours are really nice that have come out. So today I'm going to rope in Hugh, my beautiful assistant, to hold my skein, because I haven't got one of the contraptions. I think it's an umbrella-y thing, I don't know what it's called, that you can use to put your skein on and then wind it on. I don't have one, so I'm going to rope in Hugh and he's going to hold this while we put it onto the ball winder. So drape this over Hughie's hands, undo the strings. What happened, the strings that I've taken off are ones that you tie on when you wrap your yarn around the niddy noddy and you tie it in little areas. And that just means it holds together when you soak it, because you have to wet it afterwards to set the spin that you've put in when you're spinning it. So let's see how this goes. So Hugh's got the skein around his arms, and I'm just going to try. It's got a threader on the front. You really won't be able to see it very clearly. And then you just put the end of the yarn through a notch on the top of the machine, the winder. Okay, people have really fancy electronic ones. I've got a lovely wooden one that you turn by hand. So if I make a start, you'll be able to see how the ball of wool, it's pulling from Hugh's arms and it makes a centre pull ball of yarn. And if you bear with us a moment, it's fascinating. It's like engineering, the way that it creates the pattern as it winds. I think it's really beautiful. But like I say, this processing, having a flock of sheep and looking after those all year, then the shearing of the sheep is just amazing to actually come out at the end of it with a really usable product. I don't sell the wool. I do tend to, I could sell it, so if anyone wants any, by all means give me a shout. But like I say, I don't knit, and I would like to have some hats and scarves and some neck warmers for sale this winter. And so my friend's going to knit these up for me, which I appreciate. I haven't got the patience with knitting. Knitting takes, you've got to count and remember where you're up to and follow patterns. And the great thing about making yarn and mixing wools and blending colours is you don't have to follow any pattern. You can do whatever you want. And you can also stop halfway through and you start exactly where you were before. Whereas with patterns and things, you've got to remember what line, what row you're on, and it's not my cup of tea. And you can see the ball is getting quite big now. I'm just going to make sure it doesn't come off the top of the machine. And we'll keep going. Sorry, there's a bit of a squeak going on in the background. If I do any more videos, I'll pop a bit of oil on. I might never do another video again after I've seen this though, so we'll have to see. Just again, I've just pushed it down just to make sure it doesn't pop off the end. And we're nearly there. One more push. And I think I might have squashed this one out of shape a little bit, but at least it's not popped off the top of the... Ooh, it's gone very strange. Anyway, so can lift this off. It has gone a bit sideways, that one. I'm not sure whether I wasn't concentrating. But it starts, that's it, that's your ball of wool. And if you're concentrating, you get a fabulous pattern like this, which is the one that we'd just done before we did the video. So that's our yarn. That's how it ends up in the balls of wool that you can buy to knit. And that's what we do with our fleeces. Thank you for watching.